Hey, how are we, friends? I hope everyone is in great spirits. Thanks for joining me. In today's video, we're going to take a look at G2 Scavenger from the Mecha Invasion set. And this is the second video of the series covering the six mod gift set. I'm going to be doing two at a time. Two focusing on the legs, two focusing on the arms, which we have already done, and the final two focusing on the torso. And similar to the last video, I'm going to provide some additional insights about my journey to becoming a YouTube influencer. Alright, so in terms of format, I think we're going to start with Scavenger. We're going to take him into his bot mode, and then we're going to convert him into the foot mode over here that you see Bonecrusher has already converted to. But I'm going to set him off to the side because it's going to mess with the focus, and then we will focus on Scavenger. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit better. Thanks for everyone who reached out with well wishes, and so not super froggy, but still a little bit froggy right now, right? I will interrupt myself pretty regularly, per usual. So just kind of hang with me and bear with me. And if you have any questions, oh, what is this? Huh. How weird. I think I need to clean this, dude. Normally these guys are like spotless, but there is some type of, there's some type of something going on over there. Okay, so we have him in his excavator mode, and I'm going to start converting him. These bits are plugged into the underside of the forearm. Oh yeah, that's right. I was going to talk about the insights and stuff from being a YouTube influencer. It's still weird kind of calling myself that, but hey, you know what? My partners call me that, so I'm going to go ahead and use that particular term. If you watch the first video, I kind of talk about the path, oh goodness, towards success and, you know, what you need to do to become successful on YouTube. And it's not real like explicit instructions. It's, I don't know, it's just kind of general stuff, to be completely honest. But perhaps if you have not walked this path yet, that information will be new to you. There we go. There we go. There we go. So the second thing that I want to talk about is, you know, we talked about basically creating the content that people want to see and preparing it in the way that they want to consume it. And hopefully those things align with your values and it resonates with what you want to do so that you get to have fun. But assuming you've done all of that, right? Before anyone can even watch your video and decide whether they like it or not, they need to click through. They need to click through, right? So your thumbnail game and your title, those things all need to be super important. In terms of like YouTube understanding what your video is about, well, one, it uses bots and AI. So to some degree, it'll know that it's about a transformer. It'll know that it's about a Constructicon and stuff. And all those things that you can put in the description. But in terms of your title, you want to make it catchy. You want to make it eye-catching because you got to imagine you're competing against all this real estate that people are going to be seeing on their YouTube homepage. And if there are several scavenger videos out there, why should they click yours, right? So one, the title should be something catchy. It should be either something that's going to, it's not inflammatory, but it should incite, it should make you interested. Either it's making some type of promise to you, like, oh, this is the best scavenger that you've ever seen, like, do you agree, yes or no, or something. There has to be some type of like hook that invites curiosity, you know, that makes you want to know more about this. But on top of that, what you also need is you also need is a very, very, oh, by the way, if you want better commentary while the transformation is going on, you can consult the first Mecha Invasion video that I did, the one with the green Constructicons, because this one I'll just be kind of talking while just showing, and I think you can kind of figure that out, right? But anyway, your thumbnail game has to be strong, right? Title, you want the title to be strong too, but yeah, your thumbnail game has to be strong. Now, if those two things can synchronize and correlate really well with one another, man, you at least got them through the door, right? So if we go to the restaurant analogy, think they haven't even consumed your food yet, meaning they haven't even watched your video, but yo, you got them to get through the front door, and that's the most important thing. Yeah, technically they could sit down, not order any food, and maybe they'll walk back out, you know, but at least you had an opportunity to serve these individuals, and that would never happen if they never walked through those doors. And you get them to walk through the doors by one, having interesting content, just the subject matter at hand, having a great thumbnail that is eye-catching, and also a title that is eye-catching as well. So those things are very, very, very important. By the way, beautiful, isn't he? Beautiful, just absolutely beautiful, man. Love this stuff. High quality plastics, metals sprinkled throughout. Just really intelligent transformation. And you know what? I feel like I should adjust the camera angle. Just give me one moment. There we go. There we go. Now we can see more of him. But yeah, just absolutely beautiful, man. It's a great nice like matte finish where it needs to be, and then glossy in certain other areas. And both him and Bonecrusher, they transform very similarly because the legs look nearly identical when they're converted. And so whatever I'm doing here, for the most part, will apply over here as well. And so I'm still debating whether we're going to do a full transformation for him, but probably will. And so these bits over here, they're just going to fold up, and they're going to plug in. They're going to become the chest. Man, this dirtiness is kind of getting to me. I'm going to definitely clean them up after this video. They're not normally like this, dude. Normally, they're very, very clean. Quite impeccable, but anyway. So what were we talking about? We were talking about thumbnail, I think, right? And title. Getting that hook in, basically, and getting people to watch your video. Yeah, and then so you have an opportunity to serve them. You have an opportunity to serve them all that cooking that you've been doing, all that cooking, creating up content that you've been doing. You know what I mean? You get to serve it to them. And if, and if you're serving it in a manner, they're serving the food in a manner in which they like, it's the type of food that they like to consume it this way, there's a strong chance that other people are going to have that same type of behavior, right? And if more and more people more people display that same type of behavior, YouTube will start promoting your video because they're like, hey, people like this food and they're eating a lot of it. Let me try serving it to more people to see if they stay longer and they serve, because what people are doing is they're paying with their time. They're paying with their time and their ad dollar, or their time for the YouTube ad dollars. And so again, YouTube wants you to spend as much time as possible on the platform. And if your video or videos help them achieve that goal, they are going to promote you, or the algorithm is going to promote you automatically. No one's going to be there like picking your account and be like, oh, you know what? I like BotBender better than BenderBot, or whatever the case may be, right? It's not going to be like that. It's all automated and stuff. But if the system sees that basically, hey, this restaurant, whether they're eating entrees, meaning like long form videos, or they're eating a lot of snacks and appetizers, like they're just consuming a bunch of shorts, if they spend a lot of time, money on this channel, then you are going to get naturally promoted by the algorithm. Okay, and so I talked about that a little bit in the last video, but before we go too further, he's beautiful. I wish this kind of, I don't know, compressed a little bit better. But at the same time, yeah, I'm not mad at that, dude. What a nice looking boy. What a nice looking boy. Great range of motion throughout. He doesn't have a lot of ratchets up at the top, but down all over here where he needs it, you're going to have it. And so great placement and usage of proper joint systems and things like that. They're not ball joints, but they are basically near universals. You aren't going to get butterflies and stuff like that, but whatever. There's swivels over here. Elbows, they usually do about 90. Maybe they do a little bit more. Oh, no, I'm tripping, dude. Which toy am I thinking of right now? Sorry, been reviewing way too many. But yeah, so you do get a deep one over there. And then this also, by virtue of the way it transforms, you see the treads are just laying on top of each other there. So you get a very, very, very deep knee bend over there. So great stuff. Great stuff. For the time being, I'm going to set this guy off to the side because I want to actually convert him into robot mode so that I can take a picture for the thumbnail. So give me 1 second. I'll set him off and then we'll focus on him, okay? All right, let's get him out of his foot mode. Okay, so all that stuff that I just said, right? So now let's say you got a growing channel. And you're like, I need inventory. I need toys, right? Either you're going to be buying those toys on your own, you're going to be borrowing them a friend or something, right? Or hopefully you'll get a sponsor. And that's awesome, right? Because that's a sense of like validation. You're like, whoa, and by the way, all right, before I do all that stuff, this over here, this is where Long Haul's toe actually plugs in. After it does that, not only does it plug in right there, these little pegs, these posts will plug in. and you'll sandwich all of that up too. So it's a very, very nice, solid connection. And by the way, I may have to burp, so I may cut away any moment. Okay, I can feel it gurgling and bubbling within me. Sponsors, right? So sponsors. If you're, I'll just use the word like, not nobody. I don't mean that in a negative sense, but if you haven't established yourself, right? If you haven't established yourself, most likely you're going to get either ignored or you're going to get declined or denied or something like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. You shouldn't feel bad about it, because you got to think from a business perspective, right? Sponsors want you to have views because they want their brand to be proliferated among the mass audience and stuff. They want awareness. They want to be able to cut through the noise through your videos and stand out. But if you're not getting a lot of views, like why would they partner with you unless they want to take a chance, unless they see something in your channel that they're like, hey, you know what? I feel like there's going to be something great happening. I'm going to just invest in this guy or gal super early and get in, on the ground floor. But that usually does not happen. That usually does not happen. I will say, and credit to where credit's due, I'll shout out my my primary sponsor right now, TF Safari. They are actually very good about taking chances on small creators. When I had 14K subs, like I was able to do something with them. I mean, it was just a pilot program. Yeah, I was able to do a little something with them. So kudos to them. They're actually one of the few guys out there that take chances on people. But a lot of times people, they're not going to mess with their business, and they're just going to be like, "Nah, I'm cool, man. Good luck to you, but nah, dude, I'm cool, bro, dude." And they're not going to dance with you. And that's completely fine. There's no hate on them. There's no hate on anyone. That's just how the game is. You know what I mean? But reach out, constantly reach out. Just reach out to everyone. Reach out to everyone. And of course, you want to be reaching out to people that you want to do business with, right? No sense in partnering up with somebody whose like values don't agree with yours. I mean, that's up to you, I suppose. But anyway, yeah, reach out to everyone who you feel like is applicable to your space in terms of what you're doing and who you want to work with and stuff. And if you're lucky, yeah, maybe they'll get back to you. Maybe they'll give you an offer where they say like, hey, how about I give something to you at cost, or sell it to you at cost, or I'll give you a discount, if you put up a video or whatever. There's a lot of different ways and lots of different like partnership types and stuff like that. But let's say you land one, right? Let's say you land one, or I'm going to assume at this point. So, all right, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to move on from how to get a sponsor because it's fairly simple. Establish yourself, get your views up, reach out to somebody, see if they're willing to sponsor you, see if they want to dance and engage any type of partnership. Don't expect them to come knocking on your door, not until later. Once you start getting towards 100K, people will start knocking on your door. But prior to that, don't expect people to be, knocking on your door or showing up at your doorstep or whatever that term is. So I'm going to move on from that, okay? And, oh man, look at this guy, dude. Look at this guy. Get the cup out of here. How beautiful. Que lindo eres. How beautiful you are, my friend. That purple and yellow and gray and, and look at this, dude. The way it folds up, dude, it goes in at an angle. And even these tabs are at an angle. And the way it just sits there, get the, wow. So good. So good, so good, so good, so good. He has all the same nice, beautiful range of motion. And the details, by the way, if you're not familiar, dude, they're so crisp. They're so crisp. And the paint, no blemish, other than earlier what I was showing, which I think is some type of like weird dirt smudge or something. Everything's very, very crispy, dude. Very clean. No blurry nonsense. No overspray. Whatever factory they're using, I don't know if they own it or something, but they do a tremendous job over there, dude. They really, really do. And so kudos to these cats. Before I keep going, let me go take a picture with these guys so that I can use it for the thumbnail, and then I'll be right back. I know it's weird, right? Me breaking the fourth wall and stuff like this, but if you're familiar with who I am and the videos that I make, this is a pretty regular thing, but just give me 1 second. All right, here we have them in the robot mode, and boy, they look awesome. Twinsies, twinsies, twinsies for the winsies. You can see the similarities, right? The arms are constructed very similarly. The chest, despite having aesthetic differences, they function the same way. The legs are near identical, and the backs are different, obviously, because they reflect their alt modes and stuff. But just gorgeous, just absolutely gorgeous. And by the way, I think we started with him in alt mode, right? And so the next path for him is foot mode. And for our guy, we started in foot mode, so I guess alt mode is the path for him. And so let me just set this guy up over here, and we'll put him into his bulldozer mode. What are we talking about, dude? Sponsors, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh man, I shouldn't have cut away like that, because I just don't remember now. All right, whatever, dude. Let's just talk about monetization, right? I think we were done talking about sponsors. Yeah? All right. Monetization. How do you make money, right? So one, going back to the whole sponsor discussion, a big one is affiliate commissions, meaning your sponsor will either give you a code, or something. They'll figure out some way, and usually codes are kind of what it is, and it's for attribution, meaning they know where the source of the traffic came from. They know where the source of the conversion came from. Like, let's say you use one of my codes, right? You use the code that you see, like the one right over here in the top right corner of your screen. My sponsor will know that I helped sell this toy, and as a result, I will get a percentage of that said commission, right? Yeah, usually that's basically like how it works. And so there's an incentive from your side to try to present it as best as possible. From me speaking, sorry, there will be an incentive for the influencer to basically try to sell the product as much as possible, because they realize they're getting a cut. At the same time, hey, if they're just lying and for the sake of money, yo, the internet is a pretty transparent place, and people will know. People will know that you're being disingenuous, that you're just trying to basically sell something, and they'll catch on to you quick, man. They'll catch on to you quick. That's why, like, even though these are all like sponsored products, if I don't like something, I will say that I don't like it, right? Or that I have gripes with it and stuff. And ultimately, I try to just present the material to you to help you make an informed buying decision. But anyway, so affiliate commissions, yeah, that is a big one, right? In addition to the affiliate commission, obviously, if you're doing really well on YouTube and you're clocking views, YouTube, the partnership program, is going to pay you out. Yo, what's going on over here, dude? I don't know why I can't get this to close right now. Huh. I had no issues earlier, but oh man, that was tough, dude. Cool, and that'll secure like that. Okay. This next portion, what you got to do is this. Do I need to undo this? I may need to undo this. But what were we talking about? Oh yeah, YouTube partnership program, right? That'll also pay you money as well. Long form videos always pay out way more than shorts do. Shorts, they don't pay out a lot, but you do get awareness, you do get visibility, and it's up to you whether you want to mix and match and do both long form and short form on your channel, because there's the potential of audience mistargeting, meaning that, like, if you attract people for your shorts, through your shorts basically, and they come to your restaurant to consume appetizers, if you put out a long form video on entree, they may not be interested in eating that. And if they don't consume that, YouTube might be like, oh hey, this video is not popular to the standard viewers of this channel, and they may like downvote it and stuff. So I don't know, there's a lot of discussion and theory regarding that, but me personally, I mean, I don't care, dude. I do both. But yeah, that YouTube money, right? And other platforms as well, competitors to YouTube, if whether it be like some type of meta platform, whether it be FB or IG or whatever, oh, you know what? I forgot. This has to open up like that. Yeah, that's right. And this will kind of sit up. That's right. That's right. That's right. Before I do all of that, you got to configure the feed. But yeah, those other platforms, TikTok and all those things too, they all have their own monetization schemes, but YouTube's is the best. In my opinion, YouTube's is the best, and it pays out the best as well. And also, your videos have the longest life on YouTube, right? All the other platforms, because they're primarily just like short burst media. You know, once your video, unless it's like popping, unless it goes viral or something like that, it's just like, yeah, you're not going to see any more money after a certain amount of time. Whereas YouTube, there's a lot of longevity. There's a tremendous amount of longevity. So I would say YouTube pays out the best, but that's just my own personal take. So so beyond that, but that's pretty straightforward. Everybody knows about the YouTube partnership program and things like that. And so that's one way where you will get your money on. You know what? I think these are supposed to go. It goes right over here. I'm pretty sure, but I just don't remember exactly how. Like that? I don't know. Whatever, dude. I'm gonna mess with that later. For the time being, I'll just rock this whole thing down. This entire piece has to move, and then this will tab in right there very securely. And then, oh, never mind. Maybe it just folds up like that. And then this just will go over here. Yeah, I guess it just does that. It does need to clear this. There is a tab here, and so you just need to clear that, and then you can tab that in. Straighten out the legs so it doesn't bow, and then bring these bits out so that it tabs in to the shovel. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. Nice, huh? Very nice. Very, very, very nice. Beautiful, dude. Cleans up so nicely. So, such a big fan of these guys. These guys are like geniuses. They're artists. And I love the fact that they did this in yellow. Yellowish orange. Dude, if they do an orange version a la European G2, yo, that's GG, dude. That's GG pwn for me. It's game over. Because I'm going to have to pick up another set then. And then I'm going to have the green one, the yellow one, and the orange one. But yo, if they put the orange one out, yo, that's a wrap. That's a wrap right there, dude. Let me set this guy off to the side, and we can focus on converting home skillet over here into the leg, and that will be the video. And I'll keep talking about monetization stuff, okay? All right, you still here, my dear? Still watching? I hope so. I hope so, and I'm glad if you are. So thank you so much for your precious donation of time. I hope you're entertained right now. So we talked about monetization from the platforms, right? And so beyond that, we talked about affiliate commissions, right? And then, of course, if you get an abundance of toys from your sponsor and you don't just want to hoard it, dude, you can sell them too. That's money in the bank, dude. Like for instance, if I got like a Fans Toys toy from one of my sponsors and I sold it, dude, I could flip and make a couple $100 or something, make $100. You do a lot of those, suddenly you got a stack, dude. Suddenly you made a G. You know what I'm saying, dude? That's real money. That's real money. Hey, where I come from, that's real money. And so that's another opportunity for revenue, right? Sell the product, basically. Sell the product that you received. Another path towards what is it? Monetization is sponsored ads. Meaning like somebody's like, hey, can you promote my product in your video? Whether it be a video game, whether it be a picture editing app, whether it be a and you're going to see actually there's a picture editing app called XDesign that I partnered with, and you're going to see one of those ads on my channel soon, and then they will pay you. They will pay you. Like Temu, when I partnered with Temu that one time, they paid me. AliExpress has a partnership program where you do enough and like you earn enough credit and EXP and stuff like that. bruh, they will also pay you as well. You know what I mean? There's methods by which to get paid. So there's all these like little like side hustles that you could potentially do. And I'm sorry, dude, I forgot what I'm doing right now. I was like, what am I doing? Foot mode. That's right. But I can see that I didn't fully flip out this section. It's supposed to like click when you press it all the way, and I can see that I didn't. There you go. I don't think I need to undo that. I don't think I need to undo that click. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right. I'll start converting the toe, the foot for Devastator. I think it'll kind of come to me then. I think that just goes like that. Yeah. Okay, so we're talking about side hustles and stuff like that, and different ways to make money. There are paid ads, like I mentioned to you before, that somebody will pay you to plug. Am I doing it right, dude? Yeah, I think it's right. Someone will pay you to endorse their product and stuff, right? And so that's another side hustle. In terms of like money that you can get. Another, oh, you know what? I forgot. When you bend this up, this tab is gonna, or this tab, yeah, will work itself into that slot. Then you can kind of move that down. There you go. There you go. The heck? Bro, am I tripping? Wait, what? No, what did I do wrong? Hold on, give me a second. No, you got it right. I just had to orient this the right way. So we're good. We're good. And then we'll have this extended out like that. Then we do that. And then we can push this back and have that plug into that T-bar. And then do that. Right? But you don't want to fully compress the legs. Otherwise, you'll have other issues. So, all right. So yeah, there's money there. Another thing that you can do is there are companies that will pay you to use their background music in your shorts. Only your shorts, not your long form video or anything like that. And you might be like, what? Why would anyone do that, right? Why would anyone? Maybe it's like this. Whatever, dude. I don't think this part's really that important. It's not as important as this part where you got to flip the head around, but I seem to have missed a step because I think I need full clearance for this to flip around, and I can't quite get it with this in the way like this, or can I? No, I feel like something's gonna break. My bad, dude. Just give me a second. All right, I got it. You can see the head is threaded through, and this stays like that, and the shovel folds up like that. Sorry, I'm trying to do too many things at once right now. As far as the arm configuration, what you want to do is these holes, you want to make it, or excuse me, these ports, you want to make it so that yes, and I forgot to do this. These have to move down. They're going to be like that. That's right. There you go. going back to monetization. Yeah, so you're going to have companies, and by the way, when this bends in, it's going to tab in there like that. You will have companies who will pay you to use their background music for your shorts. And this is only applicable on YouTube, at least as far as I'm aware of. I don't think the other platforms have this type of deal. And what it is YouTube wants you to have music in your videos because ultimately it's better for engagement and things like that. And so they will contract companies to provide background music free for you to use in your shorts. But of course, these companies need to get paid. And so YouTube basically will pay the company like to create a variety of songs. And anytime that song is used, that company will get a royalty. When that company gets a royalty, they will split that with you. Then that's how it works, yeah? And so I think we're done. I think we're done, by the way. That's a good looking leg, right? And there's ankle tilt over here and there's swivel and stuff. So all that stuff is just great. It's just baked in. No additional parts needed. As you can see, the foot just fully baked in as part of the treads. Just absolutely beautiful design. And again, this is where everything is going to connect. And now we have them in the reverse format. We started him as a leg and him in the alt mode, and now you see him like this, all right? So let me just finish up my thought, and that'll be the end of the video. So like I said, in terms of monetization, you have the YouTube partnership program, right? You have affiliate commissions that you get from your sponsors by selling their toys. Sometimes advertisers will give you a flat rate, just a commission, just a paid gig basically to promote their product. There are people who will pay you to use their background music as part of your shorts, right? And that's kind of the universe that I'm aware of, at least in terms of like monetization and things like that. Of course, there's like super thanks and stuff like that, and people hooking you up in chat, super chats and stuff. But that aside, that's everything that I'm aware of in terms of how the monetization game works. And yeah, sorry, I know I'm just kind of like rambling and I've been kind of all over the place, but I'm just trying to do too many things at once. And dude, I did a dry run of these guys. I transformed them already for the short, and I did this the other day twice, but I don't know, man. I'm an old guy, and so my hardware is kind of failing. And so anyway. So yeah, those are kind of the ways that you can monetize, right? But of course, everything is empowered and made easier and better by you having established yourself, by getting views, by having subs, followers, or whatever, you know. And so focus on those things, but at the same time, don't be obsessive about them. Like, let them come. But again, indoctrinate yourself with the philosophy of building, measuring, and learning, and approach this with a passion. And you know, always be curious, and don't be upset if you don't get like the results that you want. Usually you got to grind for it. So if you look at all the big prominent players right now, just look at how long they've been doing this, and that's why they have the results that they have, right? Some people better results than others, even though they've been doing similar things, and that's just life, you know what I mean? And you'll never know unless you try. You'll never know if you can get there unless you try. So take that first step if this is something that you're interested in doing. And again, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Reach out to me via email. Happy to talk about this topic with anyone, okay? I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for being here, especially if you watched this late into the video. I apologize for rambling and going off script, and not script, but, you know, just kind of going off track. And anyway, at this point, I am just rambling again. I will talk to y'all soon. Peace out.